What is going on, guys? It is T90 official, and let's turn the chat off real quick and get into this first game. So, who do we have here? Well, we have none other than TheViper and Daut, two Tyrant Legends, and I am extremely excited for this. I am like welling up inside with excitement, and this is going to be a ton of fun. Now, last time, if you've missed them, I should have them on my YouTube. If I don't have them on my YouTube, then what you can do is yell at me, and I'll get them on my YouTube. But last time they played Hun Wars, and it was pretty good. They played Viper 121. That's what it was. And so anyway, good play from both those players. And Hun Wars, very precise, as are all the games. But I think Hun Wars are certainly definition of that as well. And so let's take a look at the players here. And we have Viper here in the blue, playing as the Huns, obviously. So we have Daut over on this side, and obviously we haven't seen a lot of Daut. I mean, he's been making a bit of a comeback, and a lot of people have been really excited about that. So certainly been around this game a lot longer than I have, and I'm excited to watch him play. Now, another pause possibly, but let's take a little look at the maps. So Daut, well, I'm liking his map, to be completely honest with you. Sometimes you get a poor map where you don't have a wood line to fall back to if you lose one of them. But in this case, I think Daut has a nice wood line over here, though it is on a hill. It's extensive there for sure. Then on this side, he has another decently plush wood line. And he could certainly park a nice lumber camp up there to have a flat surface. His gold isn't the worst either. It's nice that he has this wood line here. He could certainly build out across this location. And that is all well and good for him. It is kind of open, but I have to say in a Hun War that's expected, and it's not really going to be the worst to control the map in a Hun War in early game. So, what we have here for Viper, well, he has a nice woodline here as well, I would say. Not really the worst. It is on a bit of a slope, but it's close to his TC, which is nice. That way he's able to have a secure woodline. It's close, right? He can always run back if he needs to safely. Apart from that, everything else is kind of far away. He's not going to want to go out here. That's kind of forward in comparison to where Daut will be coming in. And this one's way on the back and even further. So I have to say he's probably going to be banking off this wood line for a while as he goes there right now. His gold is on the front and on a hill as well. And I guess you could say he could potentially wall this front, but he has to wall this then, has to wall this as well, and then he has to wall that. So I would say no to that idea, and that this gold is probably going to need to be secured by some type of buildings in the late game, building his barracks and stables and such, maybe in this location, or I assume with Viper here. Now, the thing is, Viper does something that I don't see all that often from anyone else. So generally, let's see if I can give an example here. Daut, right? He has his TC here. He has his gold here. So ideally, you want to okay, so they're going to possibly pause. I'm not sure they're chatting, but sometimes the chat can catch up at different times. So let's just focus here. So, like, to secure this gold, like I said, you need to build buildings in strategic locations. So, you know, generally you'd probably see the barracks built here, a stable built here, and maybe later a blacksmith built here. You could even build it all across here, though if you did that, that's going to leave this open. So what I'm trying to say is build the building strategically, right? Do the same on this side even, maybe. Build the barracks here. Just build them in a straight line. Build them strategically. But Viper, back to what I was saying, Viper does not do that because he does not want to waste the villager time. Well, he doesn't do that in non-tournament play. Okay, I shouldn't say he doesn't do that. He did that in the Maldives. But he will not walk his villager out here and build a barracks. Rarely do that in non-tournament play. He didn't even do it versus Daut last time they played. He will instead just like pull this villager off what and build the barracks like here. And leave his gold entirely exposed still. Because, in my mind, he can focus on other things. And also, he can focus on the other things, but also save that villager time so the villager can still produce or collect, I guess, food or wood or gold. So instead of running a little bit further to build in a better location, he's just like, oh, I'll plop it down here, whatever. It's interesting. These guys certainly are top players able to do that. I would prefer to build it in a safer location. But anyway, looks like Viper has actually found Daut's scout, but Daut was going to try and gain the hill there, and I think they're going to restore. Viper says he's going to switch his internet. Does that mean he has multiple internet connections? I don't know. But if they're going to restore, that's fine. They will certainly allow us back into the game. And yeah, stream ended. So not a huge difference at that point. We're just going to get right out. And so Viper will be back online, of course, to finish that game. But for now, let's turn the music on. And oh, this song is not really the best. I don't enjoy this. So, thank you all for stopping by right now. Hope you all enjoy it. Take the poll as well. Tell me what you think about that. And I can certainly remove the face cam during casts, but it's kind of in limbo right now. We're going to leave it up till the end of next week and see what everybody thinks. So. This is an awful song. Let's change that. That's not good. Oh, you know what we're gonna do? No, I'm not gonna do that tonight. That's Viper's playing. I probably shouldn't do that. I was gonna play box music from his stream last night, which is like all the rage right now, by the way. Absolutely all the rage. But I'm telling you, man, you have to listen to it. At some point before the stream ends tonight, we'll play it. But this is kind of, I kind of want the streamers or the people watching streams to, oh wow, we're back in already, okay. And how far are they in now? How did that even happen? Let's turn the music off. My bad. That was quick. How do you switch internet that fast? Is he on Wi-Fi or something? I'm not sure. Oh, did Viper just lose a Vil there? How did that even happen? That sucks, man. That sucks. I missed that. Because I had to... I hopped out of the lobby. Ah, what a bummer. But anyway, we'll be caught up in just a second here because... It'll stop, and then it will stop doing this whole lag thing. But Viper's getting Loom now. I think it's going to go up right after that while we have Daut, and it should level out now. Possibly going for a Drush, and there we go. My apologies about that. That really blows. That really blows that happened. But you know what? There's no way that scout picked that Vil off with more than one hit. That had to be a weak villager from Viper being sent out. And he probably sent the wrong villager out. And I bet you Daut saw it and picked it off from luring the boar or something. Because there's only 3 HP off on Daut's scout right now. And surprising surprise. So anyway, last time I saw these guys play Huns, they actually did the same approach. As far as uptimes and such, and like not drushing or drushing and all that stuff. But this time we're actually seeing one player drushing and one player going feudal, and we know Viper doesn't really like to wall. So we'll see how he deals with the drush. Right now, it looks as though he's gotten his barracks up. He's bringing in the deer, and that leads me to believe, without going to gold, he's going to be going for the traditional scouts. Now, he's going to win this scout battle if it was just scouts alone, of course, but now he's going to need to go. He's going to need to run away, and he is going to quick wall his woodline. And is he going to get it done? One village is actually going to be walled out, which is a bit unfortunate. And Daut's going to go into the other area of the woodline. Viper, nice little Vil micro. This is so hard to do, mind you, to fight and pull the Vils away that are being attacked and focused down. And as you can see, Daut right now knows it. But the Vil was actually focused down and scrunched into the wood line. That means a Vil will probably go down there. and that means Daut's Drush has been effective, and not good for Viper, not good for Viper. You know, they got squished in there, and that happens, and that's never good. Now Viper needs to rebound for sure. These two militias shouldn't be too much of a problem. If they do focus up on one villager though, it could be a problem, of course, but it shouldn't be. And one spear, I've heard people say, why make a spear, but I'll address it a couple times. And you know, the spear auto attacks like the build does, and the build does not, and so it's just kind of a distraction. It does attack, it does take some HP off, and it is helpful at dealing with the Drush just a little tiny bit. Viper doesn't want to lose that scout, and how, man, that's not good. That scout, though it wasn't low HP, could help in killing villagers. All the while, of course, Daut, look at his eco, it's not too bad. He actually hasn't touched his gold right now, which is just kind of surprising. He's going to want gold, and I'm wondering what his approach is going to be. Is he going to go heavy into scouts and do something different? We'll see. He's going to have to do something different. Maybe he knew that he couldn't go straight up to castle and stable. Okay, so Viper's going to be coming in with his scouts. Not many of them, though, and it's interesting. It's interesting what we're seeing right now. Generally, you'd want to be on gold on the way up after a Drush, but maybe Daut knew that he wouldn't have the safety in getting up to the next stage, and that's why he didn't want to do that just yet. And this might be like a standard Hunt War. Viper's going to have to pull out with his scouts here, and also has another scout up on the hill trying to focus down the villagers collecting the bush, and he's going to regroup these scouts. And I have to say, Daut's not in a bad position. He's defending okay. I don't think this Vill will go. Oh, it is going to go. No, Viper choosing to go back. It was quite close. It's hard to call sometimes, but look at this. Yeah, going heavy into scouts, I think, is Daut. I mean, at this point, farm eco is pretty strong for both of these guys. They could both do that. We'll probably see bloodlines for both these guys, and possibly Viper first because he's going over to gold, and going to be a very large feudal battle right now. I'm going to like that. Should Viper engage here? I'm not too sure. Now, luckily, he can flee out the back side, but I don't know if he should engage here with these spears here. And he's receiving some free hits, and that's probably a really ill-advised fight. That's a really, really ill-advised fight right there. Not the best from Viper there, and of course Daut's going to be replenishing forces and sending them then across the map after winning that fight. Viper's still only on one stable, so he can't replenish all that quickly. He has a couple spears, and he's probably going to get bloodlines from one of these stables when he gets the chance, and then produce out of the other one. But is he going to be able to defend from the incoming forces? And they're actually back here on the wood line. And that's a spear gone without even an attack or a punch or a poke or whatever. And Viper, he's going to come back, and I think Daut's in a really nice position. These spears are not doing anything. Viper's making more of them. Oh, Viper's going into archers. I don't know if that's going to be effective. He's also getting bloodlines. I think right now he needs to defend this first and foremost. Archers, of course, need to be masked, and he's going to have to get more on gold so he can do that. And very good for him, though, that he was able to push that back. And Daut sees that he's got the bloodlines in. Daut sees that he probably shouldn't engage there, though, saying that he's going back. And let's see if Daut's actually on gold. He is, and that leads me to believe he will be getting bloodlines himself soon. So this engagement is going to be important. Now, the archers are fun to see in this situation because the archers are microed against the spears. And while we have spear-on-spear action there, the archers will be used, without a shadow of a doubt, against the spears in there when they are seen. And so the spears pretty much become useless at this point in the game on Viper's side of the map. And back at home, when the archery ranges for Daut come up, also spears are just negated all around because archers are going to be all over the map. But scouts, they're very good against archers with the bloodline, especially if you get +1 defense. And sometimes one player will kind of engage a bit too hard into Feudal Age for the other person to handle because the other person has clicked up to Castle Age with all resources, and it's not really the easiest. Now you see the blacksmith choice there for Viper. What's his choice going to be with that? Is he going to get fletching? Fletching? No, he's going to get the +1 defense for the scouts, and I think that's a wise choice. The scouts at this point still the dominant force out on the map, and still producing archers, of course. You need about 4 units on gold, 4 villagers on gold to produce one archer consistently out of a range, and so he doesn't have enough just yet, and he's going to, looks like, stop the stable production. Now, Daut, we aren't focusing a lot on him, and I think we should. He has a little bit more on gold. He is not producing anything out of his stables just yet either, but I think he definitely has the numbers to take this fight, and without a shadow of a doubt, looks like he will. And even though Viper has the +1 defense there, it looks like numbers will just carry the fight for Daut, who is producing everything right now. And Viper, he's not an incredibly aggressive player in this situation. He prefers to keep his units back and work on his macro, which is his eco. And if you look, he's actually has much higher food count, and I think he's going to try and get up to the castle age first. And the game that Daut won versus Viper in that last 3 they played that I saw, it was because Daut went heavy into the feudal age and caught Viper off guard, while Viper was already on his way up to the castle age. So Daut going heavy in the feudal age could really work out, and I guess we'll see if that's what he chooses to do. It's still to be foreseen. Let me just double check something right here, and so actually I'm just reading the chat. I had to tab out and read the chat. I guess I could have addressed it much earlier, but I'll address it now. Apparently that Vil earlier that Viper lost, he deleted it, and that makes perfect sense. If the kill-death ratio was the way you say, then it makes perfect sense. But that's interesting. Viper accidentally deleting his own Vil there. But this is kind of what I'm talking about, guys. Viper's clicked up to Castle Age, and he's gonna lose these scouts here. Why is he fighting here? I don't know. This could be a bad situation for him. Really, could be a really bad situation because scale barding now coming in for Daut. Viper should know what's up. And you know how I said earlier that Viper doesn't build with his buildings in a wall? He doesn't do it. Look, this is completely open. This is still open. They can run through there. This is still open. He just refuses to do it in non-tournament play. And back at home, Daut, he's built little walls and done a little bit better with that. But this is the thing. Viper waiting for the crossbows, waiting for the next age to come in. Not even building a tower here. He's going to hold to his hill. Will he be okay here? It's kind of hard to see. Kind of hard to tell. I guess only time will tell, really, as Daut continues to get the upgrades and not click up. Quick toggle over to his resources, and he is really invested in this, creating scouts, creating archers, creating a lot of units, even spears. And, you know, he needs to really push in now. You know, the more time he wastes, Viper's going to get the upgrades, and right now, they're on level terms as far as being on the feudal age. I don't know. I feel like Daut should have pushed the aggression, but then again, Viper looks like he's going to get the upgrades now. Daut is not pushed in. Should Viper push out? Looks like he's going to do it. And obviously Cav Archers can come out as Huns. Viper, does he have the gold for crossbow? He does. And it looks like that's going to invite Daut into the gold of Viper. And the crossbows and Bodkin are going to come in here. Daut is in there with his archers trying to pick off all the Vils he can. Viper not really pulling any of these Vils away. I feel like the game just sped up, but really, I'm not sure why, because nobody paused it. But Daut is moving in. He is moving in. He has scouts here. He's killed a couple villagers for sure. But Viper has to clean this up, and when he does, he could certainly rebound from it. These Vils, they're going to get picked off. A couple of them they will. Maybe one more right there. And Viper, has he dealt with it? That is the question. Has he really received enough damage from Daut's perspective? Has Daut done enough damage? I don't know, because now Daut, he cannot stop producing. If he does, Viper will absolutely trounce on him. Viper has 23 military and all the upgrades, so he has to defend in some way, shape, or form. Not to mention that all the eco upgrades can come in for Viper as well, and Cav Archers, all that amazing stuff. Cav Archers being amazingly cheap. So what is Daut going to do in this situation? I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if he were to get on some type of stone for defensive towers. He has that tower, but he actually can't access this stone all that easily right now because it's all out in the front. So the scouts looks like they're coming in from Daut from the back, which I think is wise, but the Cav Archers will deal with them. The crossbows are here. Crossbow's going to do a good job, and Viper's actually getting husbandry as well, so he can run around with his Cav Archers much better. But look at Daut coming in with the scouts, and they're fully upgraded at this point. And he's going to try and take out these Vills. And he's doing a good job of it, I will say. He has a lot more Vills right now. Viper, he's like 20 Vills down. He's got to do the damage with the tech he has. And Daut, of course, really behind with the upgrades. So, with all the skirms here, it looks like Daut's actually cleaning this up for now. I mean, he's coming in, and Viper can try to out-micro it. He's killed a lot of units of Vipers, though. Viper actually abandoning the micro right there. The thing is, this is an uphill battle for Daut. I mean, he's struggling. He's really struggling because the Cav Archers are going to just continue to be thrown at him. Viper, he's lost Vills for sure. He's lost units, and it's not good. Oh, is my story not working? I wonder why. Oh, it is working. Okay. But he's lost a lot of units here. He needs to keep streaming these Cav Archers across the map and do a bit of a counter punch. This is the thing. I don't know if Daut can ever reach the Castle Age and keep defending with units. I don't know if it's possible. I think he'd have to reach it like 80 Vills for that to ever happen, and he's a long way away. I guess he's at 60 now, maybe even more than 80 Vills, because he has to produce out of 4 ranges and these stables almost. I like these counterattacks he has, though, with the scouts. He can get into the golds and cause problems. But Viper's Cav Archer's really going to do... I think Viper would actually do a better job with Knights in this situation. He could send some Knights out, and the Knights would do a decent job, like just running in and, you know, with the upgrades, just wreck the skirms, of course, and get into the wood lines as well. But he's going to stick with Cav Archers. He has the upgrades. He's going to get ballistics as well, and it's going to be an uphill fight for Daut. Uphill fight for Daut. In fact, quite literally, because Viper's over here on the hill, and it is going to be an uphill fight for Daut. Also, ballistics as well coming in for Viper, and this army is all that's really defending all of this wood eco right now for Daut. Of course, Viper has 1 extra range with the upgrades, a lot extra attack as well, and Daut's clicked up. How many Vills does he have? He has 6. He's just under 60, so I guess I was wrong about the 80 Vill mark. But Viper, he could send all this military out now, and if he does so, sends it on the back of this wood line. I don't know how Daut can deal with it. I just don't know how he can deal with it. Not to mention this army seems to be cleaning up here, and there is the GG. So, well, guys, I think that was a good first game. They seem to agree. And so, I hope they're going to play again. We'll have to see. I'll update the scores. It was pretty self-explanatory there, kind of what I said. Daut, he went in the all-in feudal approach, and Viper risked it, right? So let's go back. Viper risked